Hello, all, and welcome back to Simply Savvy Life, where we explore topics with critical, objective thinking, open minds, and loving hearts. Pardon me, multitasking on my way to work right here, so hopefully I can keep a good thought train running smoothly here. And I wasn't even going to weigh in on this Charlie Kirk thing because everybody and their brother's talking about it. But I did have a couple little critical, objective observations that I wanted to make. First of all, no disrespect to him or his family. I will say I'm not hopping on the bandwagon of belief in any regard here. So if this did actually happen, my heart goes out to the family. It's very sad. It is very tragic. However, I recognize that almost everything put in the circus of the media is being twisted, lied about, misrepresented, if not totally fabricated, somehow in some major way. And this holds true for most of the major shootings that we have known about in the last several years, most of them, including the Trump alleged assassination attempt being absolutely obviously fake, and many others. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't personally prove it, so I'm going to withhold judgment as far as that goes. However, one thing that bothered me right off the bat was I saw them carrying and dragging this guy out of the crowd, and the media was reporting, quote, an event attendee said this man was the shooter. An event attendee, singular. Thousands of people there. One person goes, that's the guy, and they're hauling him off in front of the cameras. Not only that, the media goes on reporting him as a legitimate suspect, as the actual shooter, and going even farther to call for his death. One person I saw on a live stream reporting on this said, I hope he meets his maker really soon. Okay, this guy who nobody knew if he had any involvement in the actual shooting or not, instead of investigating it, instead of withholding judgment or reserving judgment, instead of getting the facts or being careful in their language, they're calling this guy suspect, shooter, and even worse, deserving to die. Now, this person and their family has been covered worldwide as being an assassin because even as the media themselves admitted, one person in that crowd pointed them out. How in the world does that pass any kind of standard, especially for media and investigative journalism? Okay. Furthermore, they've all assumed the motive. They've all assumed that this is politically motivated, that this is some crazy purple-haired leftist. By the way, most of these people don't even have the self-discipline to not go screaming like banshees on their phones at election results, shaving their heads, going absolutely crazy. Now, I'm not trying to lump all of them into that category, but not typically the person you would think of planning something like this to where they could pull it off and get away with it, which now they've admitted that the guy they had was not really the shooter. But they're still going on to presume a politically based leftist motive, and then going on to rant all the rhetoric and retorts and responses to that. Well, if you don't know who did it, you can't know their motive. And even if you did know who did it, you shouldn't presume their motive. And it seems like nobody is really considering the fact that Charlie Kirk was incredibly well connected in the highest echelons of the political elite. He had a lot more going on than his debates on college campuses. There are a lot of powerful people with powerful agendas that could have had motives that people are unaware of. So, you know, and even the right is allowing themselves to be pulled into this, again, false left-right paradigm, this division, divide and conquer, keeping us squabbling amongst ourselves instead of united against the real enemy. So please keep your critical, objective thinking cap on. Don't let them use fear and emotion and rhetoric and false dichotomies to pull you into a false belief system or any of this stuff. Keep your head about you. Stay critical and objective with an open mind and a loving heart. I love you all. Take care, and I hope you're well out there. Out to drive my truck.